versus Freddeh. I've seen 3 of these runners race before. I've never seen brightwolfz before. He's the only one, but I've not heard of and seen the other 3 before, and we are underway with the Gannis Tower map. Not exactly what we're looking for, but the mirror in Link's house.
Mirror's going to help him out a ton, especially early on. TRANQ might be able to check that middle chest depending on how comfortable he is with the dark room.
Yeah, having a mirror right away lets you escape dungeons early on. Even this, I don't know, not the Uncle dungeon, but if he goes right to escape, it'll allow him to reset the room really quick. We see Freddeh, he's going to set up the Houlihan room trick here. And then BigDunka and brightwolfz, they're both going to go up and probably see what's in the lumberjack here. Get a little tree pull action here. We get ourselves small magic. Ooh, but that's 4 bomb drop. Can you get that? No, I think it clipped right in.
Man, that's rough. 4 bombs is so nice to have early on, and I mean, that's what these guys are looking for. Bombs and $100 to go pay that bottle vendor.
And we see a small key to Turtle Rock at the uncle's chest. I didn't see what the uncle himself had. Lumberjack, just 5 rupees, so that's not necessary.
And it looks like TRANQ's not even going into Hyrule Castle. He's going to skip out and... go visit Sasahara.
Yeah, Freddie's gonna go. We're gonna take a peek at what's hiding. Ooh, we got blue mail in the Lost Woods. And we got a key on the floating island. That's gonna troll these runners for a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully nobody forgets about that. And the power gloves up in the Lost Woods. How about that?
That's a nice early find for these runners. You're going to find both the gloves relatively early in most seeds, so just getting them out of the way now lets you check a few more areas in your early game, and once you get those Titan Smiths, you're going to be one step closer to that all-important Dark World access. So Freddeh picking the early play over towards the Eastern Palace areas, and then go visit Sahasrah, see what the green pendant is, get the items from out back, and then maybe make his way over to Eastern, dive in there a little bit. BigDunka, the first one in.
It's going to be desert today. And Duncan picking up $300 out of the back of the bar.
Freddeh finding behind Sahasrah found the magic powder.
Always a nice safety. It's a really good safe start here. They got blue mail, they got the powder.
Yeah, it's good early start for these guys. Also, the powder lets you unlock 1 spot in Kakariko, and brightwolfz going through Blind Hut, finding a couple small keys, 1 for Pod, 1 for Castle Tower, but nothing much other than that. The Castle Tower keys, if you find 2 of them, that opens up all of Aghanim. The 1 opens up both items for Aghanim. And the Palace of Darkness keys, there's 6 of them in the game, and we'll get more into that as we go over towards Palace of Darkness. Speaking of which, Paula Vendor has a Palace of Darkness key as well.
And we've already seen the chicken hut also. That just had some bombs in it. Freddie's making his way through Eastern, about to check the first chest in here. Just a piece of heart in the first chest.
Both TRANQ and brightwolfz are going to have to double dip this Blind's hut if they're going to get the item in the back of it, because they didn't have bombs coming in through the first time.
Yeah, that's what I find rough about going that north route from Sanctuary, is getting those early bombs so that you can check these extra spots. Sometimes you don't get the bomb drops, sometimes you don't get the money. It's a little bit rough.
Yeah, in open mode, it's not that huge of a deal because you're more likely to find rupees, but because of Keysanity, there's a lot of keys scattered around the pool, so the odds of finding rupees or bombs are a little less.
Seems like they're all going to be doing fine today, though, with that 300 in the back of the bar. They'll be able to buy everything they need.
Yeah, that was definitely a nice early find for these guys. That'll let them buy everything they need here in Kakariko, at least. Ooh, we got our first big key, and it's Pod. Wow. That's 2 small keys and the big key for Pod right away.
Where's that bow and that hammer? Let's go to Pod.
Oh, we need bow. There's a lamp. I was about to say we need a lamp, too, but Freddeh finds that in the last possible chest before you have to go into this dark room here in Eastern, so that was good timing.
Yeah, so that's going to put this last room into the logic. This won't be a sequence break for him.
Yeah, he probably would have done it regardless, because most of these runners can't do dark room here in Eastern. But having that lamp puts it in logic, so it's not going to be a sequence break if you find something really good. Just a heart container on the library, so probably not going to come back for that. I think that was a Pizza Hut the race game, so not going to go for that either. BigDunka, I believe, is done for now. He's about to go. Oh, he's going back to Sanctuary. He's probably going to take the Power Glove and go through the back of Escape.
Yeah, that's always a good play to make. He's going to be able to get 3 items out of here really quick. Save and quit, and then go wherever else he wants. Freddie's about to pick up that 1 item, and it's just a compass for Swamp.
Yeah, compass is not the best item. They do allow you to track the chest you open in that dungeon, but yeah, that's the worst of all the things you can find in Keysanity. Back of Escape, having the Moon Pearl along with the Mushroom.
That gets us 1 step closer to Dark World. Just need a hammer or another glove upgrade.
Yes, indeed, and we know that the lamp is hanging out in Eastern, so we're getting closer also to with that lamp.
Two swords.
Also.
Yeah, we're either going to need 2 swords or 1 sword and the cape.
Well, that's for Aghanim. I'm talking about Death Mountain.
Ah, yeah, Death Mountain, definitely. The race game was a map, and it turns out to be the map of Misery Mire, so we'll know if that's a pendant or a crystal.
BigDunka doing the other way to, the other most known way to go into Houlihan, which is the escape drop. You bomb yourself and sneak into Houlihan that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him make the south route now, go visit Mini Moldorm Cave, Ice Rod Cave, and then fake flipper up to Zora. He's got the money for it now.
Yeah, already got that 520 rupees, so definitely fake flipper into Zora. Zora himself is actually into logic because we have the Power Glove, but it's kind of added a way to get up there. But because we have the Moon Pearl, it makes sense to sequence break using the fake flipper. You get access to all the items up there except for the one on the Zora ledge. And we got the boots.
What are those?
Those are things that make you go faster.
Ah, I see. I think that's what he was talking about with his start screen there, where he said bonking everything.
Yeah, now he's going to go bonk to everything. He's happy. He's got the boots 7.5 minutes into this race. And another small key here in the dam. Let's see if it's of any value. Not really. Misery Mire keys, all it does really is make navigating the dungeon easier. It's not even necessary to complete the dungeon. Well, brightwolfz and TRANQ both heading towards the dam now. They'll be getting their boots very shortly.
Yep, Duncan's about to check out Mini Moldorm Cave. See what... He's got to be careful. He's only got 2 bombs left.
Yeah, but his throws look to be right on the money each time, and great job. It took 4 instead of the perfect 3, but got it done. Finding ourselves another small key. A desert, that's 2 items. The hook shot, and a map for Swamp.
Yeah, that hook shot's going to be nice because now they can get to Eastern Death Mountain should they make their way up there.
So interesting play for both brightwolfz and TRANQ. They're both going to go towards the desert/Agina's Cave area before heading towards Mini Moldorm Cave.
That is a pretty interesting play, seeing how there's only 1 item out here they can actually get to right now.
Yeah, I don't mind coming out here if you don't have a ton of bombs to take care of the Mini Moldorms, but they have plenty of bombs to take care of the Mini Moldorms. Silver.
Duncan getting a big key in Ice Rod Cave. Ganon's Tower.
The big key is in Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, that's the one everybody wants to find. Just, put your mind at ease. Don't have to look for that thing anywhere. It could be anywhere.
It could be literally anywhere except the last 4 chests in Ganon's Tower. And finding an Ice Rod Cave is a nice find. Most of these runners do go to Ice Rock Cave in their routing nowadays. In the old days, you didn't see it too often because it was kind of out of the way, but because they have the boots and they're going over here anyway, I'm pretty sure all 4 of our runners will find that within the first 15 minutes.
As is brightwolfz. Freddeh making his way through Lost Woods. Looks like he's picking up a few extra rupees trying to get the Zora money together.
Yeah, now he's at his 500, so he's probably going to set up that play as well. Hobo only giving us a heart piece this time, though. Brightwolfz, ooh, he decided to save and quit out of Mini Moldorm Cave, so he's not going to get the Ganasara Big Key just yet. Well, he's at a bomb, so he couldn't bomb it open anyway. Hope he remembers to come back there.
Yeah, that'd be a horrible place to skip.
Duncan now, he's fake flippered back, and he's going to go take the warp up to Zora. We're going to see him do this little water walk action here.
I'm gonna look. Pointed later.
He's the only one that found a lamp, so he's the only one that knows that this is in the logic, so he's going to go up here. He has the mirror, so we're going to do a few checks here. It's 3 small keys to pod now. Duncan finds another one in Waterfall Cave. But that does mean one thing that's pretty important if you think about the logic, that more than likely the flippers will not be in pod.
And Zora Ledge has got a big key, so we might be making a trip back up here after we get the flippers.
I hope they do, because the last time there was I remember seeing a big key on the ledge, a certain runner forgot about it. His name was NY Rambler. Oh. TRANQ getting his Moon Pearl and his Mushroom. BigDunka got ripped off from Zora. I think Zora only had a bomb capacity upgrade. So let's see where he's got a nice little lead here. Let's see what his next play is going to be. Freddeh did check what's on Spectacle Rock and is not going to go get it. So I didn't catch what it was, but it probably wasn't anything of value.
Yeah, it looks like Duncan is going to check the Bonk Rocks and then probably head up Death Mountain himself.
Yep, just another bomb capacity upgrade in Bonk Rocks. TRANQ is right alongside of him. Well, Freddie's going to go take a look inside Hera, which can't do too much. We don't have either key or, well, we're using bombs to activate the crystal switches. But the Titan's mitts.
Totally worth it. That's going to be huge for Dunka if he checks that on his way up here, because he's going to be able to check absolutely everything on Death Mountain.
Now, both Dunka and TRANQ are doing this in the dark, so they're going to think this might possibly be a sequence break. Of course, we know it's not a sequence break. They're just going to save a little time of not having to go into Eastern right away. Alright, brightwolfz does go back to Ice Rock Cave, gets his Ganasara Big Key, so he did not forget. He went back.
And Dunka and TRANQ still making their way through the dark rooms. Dunka makes it out first.
Yeah, TRANQ looks like he's having a little bit of trouble because the 1F showed up, so that means he must have fell down a pit.
Yeah, having the sword for these dark rooms makes it a lot easier. You can just hold your sword out, and you can see the sparkle of the sword, at least know where you are on the screen. It's a little bit better than going completely blind.
Yeah, TRANQ's he decided to nope on out of there. He'll go back there. Assumably, he'll make that play again once he finds the lamp in Eastern Palace.
Yeah, he's headed right over to Eastern now. He should find that pretty soon.
Oh, there's just a compass hanging out inside Spectacle Rock, so no blame for anyone to skip that. We don't need compasses around here.
And it does look like Dunka is going to make that Hera dip, so he should find his Titan's Mitt and be able to clear all Death Mountain while he's up here.
Well, we can't clear all Death Mountain because we don't have the hammer or the hook shot to get... Oh, we do have the hook shot to get the right side, so yes, you could, actually. Freddeh, when he got it, he could not because it does not have the hook shot.
Right. Yeah, the only thing Dunka's going to be leaving behind would be the Ether Tablet and the Spike Cave.
Yeah, those are the 2 places that are left behind a hammer, but being able to full clear all of Death Mountain. In Keysanity, solely because you need to find keys and try to prevent as many double dips as possible.
Speaking of pod keys, we got another one from brightwolfz in the escape.
That's 4 that we've seen now combined.
It's scream and go to pod. Could we see the bow in there?
Bow, hammer, it could be a lot of things hiding in pod. Could this be a seed where we go into pod 2 or 3 times just to complete it?
Those are never fun. Just another Meyer key in the small chest. The next chest.
Yep, in this chest we know for sure we're going to find ourselves a Vanilla Skull Woods key, because logically that key has to be there to prevent any soft locks. And the map for the dungeon that you're in, so unfortunately we won't be able to find out what it is right now, but Freddeh will once he leaves and checks his map here. But yeah, he's not going to do it just yet. He's going to go leave and probably do a little more exploration here of the Northern Dark World.
And he's also leaving behind that one chest you can get to in the next part of Skull Woods, behind the 2 Gibdos and the jellies.
Yeah, that's an interesting play because it's chests in the logic, but it takes a little bit to get there. See what I'm saying? In the Paradox Cave is the hammer. So BigDunka making the big plays here early on. He has a bunch of really good items right away. Let's add the big Heated Tower Hera to that also. Now we can complete Hera while he's here.
Yeah, this is making up to be a pretty quick seed if this keeps going like this.
And the
Quake Medallion.
Alright, Freddeh doing the graveyard check. Unfortunately, there's the big 20 back there, so he's going to come back later. He's probably going to go check out King's Tomb while he's here. Well, TRANQ got his lamp from Eastern. He's going to be done with it here after getting this compass. And brightwolfz is the next one to...
Just a piece of heart. Dunka's... He's going to tell us what Turtle Rock takes to open.
Yeah, he's going to open up the portal over here. He has everything he needs to open this portal. If it's Quake, he can open Turtle Rock, but we can't do anything inside Turtle Rock yet. No Cane of Samaria yet.
And just hover your way through it. It'll be fine.
But it's Bamos.
We'll be back. Freddeh picking up a heart piece out of the C-shaped house.
And we saw really quick on that map that from BigDunka's side, that swamp is in fact a crystal, and I think it was a red crystal, but I wasn't 100% sure.
And
Freddeh, yep. Go ahead.
Freddeh making that dip into Thieves Town, going to be able to pick up 4 items out of here. And
well, if you're a fan of Super Bunnies, and the Shovel and Hookshot Cave. Oh, and the bow is in Hookshot Cave too?
Man, well, Dunka's going to be able to complete pod now.
Jeez. Dunka is... When it comes to items, he only needs like a couple more. He still needs a ton of keys, don't get me wrong. Even though he's only less than 20 minutes in, he can clear, I think, what, at least 4 dungeons at this point?
Yeah, I think you're right. If you don't count the keys in, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta start looking for keys. I mean, he can complete pod, but logically not really, because we don't want to spend unnecessary keys if we don't want to lock ourselves. But if we do Hera, we can do most of Desert.
Yeah, I think that's all we're going to be able to clear out with the keys that we have right now.
Yeah, so BigDunka, he's gonna be looking for keys along with some rods and canes and medallions. That's all he really needs now. Those 4 things: keys, rods, canes, and medallions.
It looks like Freddeh today's just got no luck. He's picked the absolute wrong route to go. He's missed out on the boots, missed out on all the good items. He's just picking up little heart pieces and maps along the way.
Yeah, TRANQ is making the right place. And he has a limp already, so he's already been to Eastern, but he is now in Dunka's footsteps, making the play to get all these items here in Death Mountain. Right? If you're Dunka and you got all those items, you must be thinking one thing: the lamp must be very early. Remember, he sequence broke his way up here without the lamp.
This is true. So yeah, he's got to be figuring that.
He knows every item he found is lamp locked.
Freddeh just went to check magic bat with the powder and had no magic for it.
Oh, you need at least one little bit of magic. You do a tree pull, I guess. Well, he also doesn't have the hammer, so he can't really get there. Oh, he had the mirror though, so maybe he must mirror it over. Oh, he did. Okay. BigDunka takes care of Moldering the crystal. It's good information to get that Hera was a crystal. 21 minutes in.
That's pretty blazingly fast for a Keysanity to get a crystal in 21 minutes.
You've got access to everything there. So Dunka's got one more chest he can logically check in here, and that's the Spiral Cave. BigDunka, he just got his lamp from Eastern. He is now going to make the play going up to Death Mountain. Freddeh's side, he's just got to check that light world a little bit more, get that hook shot, and then he can go up to Death Mountain and take care of business up there.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much given up on the magic bat at this point. TRANQ just found the flute and the flippers.
Yeah.
Super bunny.
Yeah, Dunka found that about a few minutes ago.
I must have been sleeping.
Have some coffee.
We're working on it.
Alright, BigDunka is activating his flute. Meanwhile, I didn't see what Freddeh got from the race game, but it doesn't look like it was anything too huge.
Freddeh really hasn't got anything to write home about.
Yeah, he was up there in Death Mountain, got those mitts, but didn't have the hookshot yet to take advantage of them. Well, you see what BigDunka's got, what TRANQ is getting, and what Bightwolfz is about to get has been paying off dividends for the other 3 runners. Okay, now I'm going to go into the Dark World here using the Southern Portal. Probably check the bomb cellar, see what the red crystals are, and then check out Hype Cave as well. Maybe the other way around.
Yeah, Freddeh picking up another map from Stumpy. Got a cave from, a shield from Cave 45.
Okay, and we see Small Key to Skull Woods and Hype Cave. I think that's the Ice Rod.
Look like the Ice Rod and a sword.
And the Small Key to Swamp. Well, that was pretty hype. yes, Swamp Palace is in fact the one of the red crystals, and the other one I missed it the first time. Oh, it was Hera. So there we go. So actually, with what we have, we can beat Swamp, fully clear it, except for the big chest, and then go get that big bomb.
Yeah, the seat's starting to open up pretty good for him. It'll be pretty interesting to see what kind of decisions he makes and where he goes.
You see, Freddeh, he went through Hype Cave, but again, he still has to go into Mini Molder Cave, get the hook shot, then go to Death Mountain and get literally everything else.
Yeah, it looks like he might finally be getting his boots out of the dam, though.
Yeah, he's making that way now. See a small key here on Pyramid Ledge, small key 2.
Can you guys hear us now?
just finding the compass for Hera and finding a big card here in the chest. Duncan gonna take that big key for Eastern, and he's gonna be able to full clear the dungeon first trip through. This is something that I believe logically this was a required double dip here for Eastern, but because Duncan was able to skip using the lamp, he's
and make it all in one trip.
alright. Brightwolfz is in the Moldorm fight here, using the hammer strats. No sword yet. The first sword, and the only sword we've seen so far, has been the Hype Cave.
And it looks like TRANQ's going to check this extra chest that Freddeh skipped out on over in Skull Woods.
Yeah, so we're gonna see if this has some relevance. If it does, Freddie's gonna regret not coming here earlier. But it does not, just a piece of heart. And Duncan finds the lamp, and I'm sure he's thinking to himself, good thing I know that old man dark room. So that saved him. Oh, and the King of Samaria is in the big chest in Eastern.
And Dunka is just making all the right plays today.
Oh my god, is he ever.
Freddeh.
Sorry, I would say I would want to flute over to Myers, see what that medallion is. If it's Bombos or Quake, we only need 2 items for go mode. At least, you know, item go mode. Technically 3, you know, sort of.
And true, but we still got 27 items up in Ganon's Tower. We can always get one up there.
Yeah, probably. 3 of them up there, probably. The way that some of these seas have been going.
I've seen it too many times myself.
Alright, so one disadvantage that Dunka will unfortunately have to deal with. He did not get the silver arrows from Gina's cave yet, so this Armos fight's going to be 3 times the difficulty. But trust me, Dunka has been playing this game for a long time. He knows what he's doing. He's not going to have any problem taking care of the Armor sites.
Yeah, just watching the way these guys are playing today, I don't think any of them are going to have any problems with any of these bosses. Looks like brightwolfz activating his flute while Freddeh still makes his way through Death Mountain. TRANQ's about to get King's Tomb.
I'm not sure if TRANQ activated his flute just yet. I didn't see if he did or not. I don't know if he came straight here from saving and quitting after getting all the stuff on Death Mountain.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his is already active.
Alright, now Freddeh is finally getting all the items that he's been trailing behind for a while. Duncan now in the Armos Knights, and if this is a crystal, which more than likely it is, because we don't need information on the pendant, that's 2 crystals in Keysanity in 34 minutes, and there's our Master Sword. Oh, but it is a pendant, so now we have all the information for all the pendants and crystals. Are regular crystals. Now, Duncan's going to dive into a pod. He has 3 keys, so he's probably going to skip center door and do the bomb jump, and then he only needs 1 more. If he finds 1 more vanilla key in here, then he can fully complete the dungeon with those 2 tricks.
But yeah, with just 3 keys available, he may clear all the items out of here, skip the boss for now, and come back later to get the boss.
'Cause, yeah, he doesn't want to lock himself out of something very important. which can happen. Which is why one of the things we tell these runners is, if you don't have enough keys, don't complete pod, don't kill Helmastar. Don't waste the key on that, because logically, most of these chests are protected by 5 keys, not 6. That's a story for another time.
And from what I'm seeing in chat, neither one of these guys know the hammer jump, so we might need an extra key to get through here.
Here we see the hammer pegs having a skull wood small key. Yeah, BigDunka is going to skip the vanilla big key chest, it looks like. Gets rewarded with the best boomerang in the game.
Big Keys is having to make this round 2 or 3 times that he's making right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a good way to make sure you save 1 key from opening the big door in the middle. Also, do we even have the, we do have the pod big key already, okay, so we can technically complete this, but I don't know if he's going to want to just yet.
Yeah, like you were talking about with the soft lock, that's not a good idea right now.
Yeah, brightwolfz did in fact go check the magic bat and got the map for Thieves Town, which will be good information for him. We know it's a crystal, but he doesn't know. He doesn't have all the information that we have yet.
And Freddie taking out Troll Dorm, gonna pick up his crystal out of here.
Yep, get a shield upgrade there. And there was a vanilla small key here in pod. So now, if he does do the bomb jump, he can full clear this with getting every item. Small key to T-Rock, and that's 2, I believe, for him.
Decide.
Well, we know we're going to find the mirror shield now. Duncan gets his red shield from that chest. And we get our first bottle.
Let's go see if the sick kid's faking it. And that mirror shield does open up Laser Bridge, as we find Ether in the big chest.
We can also find almost somewhere, I didn't see where, but we didn't have all 3 medallions.
Yeah, we will be able to get Byron no matter what.
Well, Meyer is a pendant, so that was a big deal. Getting the bomb was very important because that was Tutter Rock, which we know is crystal.
Exactly.
So when it comes to items, the only item that BigDunka needs, other than a bunch of keys he has to find, is the fire rod. This was the first chest you check in pod, which is the one chest downstairs.
Looks like Dunka is going to gamble and go ahead and finish pod out and leave that one chest behind, the big key vanilla chest.
Yeah, that is very interesting. If that chest has the a key that he needs or the fire rod, it might come back to bite him, and it might actually completely screw him over if, in fact, let's say the last pod key, or last 2 pod keys, I think in this case, are, say, behind the Skull Woods. So Trank got his first sword from killing the Armos Knights. He hasn't quite been to Hype Cave just yet. Brightwolfz still has no sword, but he's about to go to Hype Cave, so he'll get his first one from there.
As well as a bunch of other goodies out of there.
Oh yeah.
Freddie's checking his hammer pegs.
Dunka's on his way to get his second crystal here from Helmsar Pod.
Yeah, this is where the silver arrows really helped him. The shot to the eye, it only takes one with the silver arrows. He's going to have to drop 8 of them in there. Didn't have much problem with it, though. It does pick up a second crystal. And just a bomb upgrade for his troubles.
And very interesting on Brightwolf's side, it looks like he's going to be the first one to enter Swamp Palace.
Without the big key, there's 9 items we can get out of here. It is a crystal dungeon. It is a 5-6 crystals, so it's really not a bad play at all.
Yeah, I like diving Swamp Palace early, especially because it's the 5-6 crystal, because you can just route the big bomb right into this. And I think that's going to be BigDunka's next play as well. It's just that, you know, he happened to do Pod and Eastern first.
Yeah, so he will be able to route in Pyramid Fairy. Brightwolf still has to go over and finish out Pod.
Well, no, Brightwolfz could still do the other Pyramid Fairy crystal was Tower Hera, which he's done already.
Oh, yep. I was sleeping again.
First 2 chests in Swamp Palace, though, not giving anything much away. We had the big 20 and arrow capacity upgrade. Alright, so this is going to be big on TRANQ89's side, because he's going to be opening the vanilla big key chest here in Pod. If this is a key or the fire rod, BigDunka might be in a little bit of trouble, but let's find out. Oh, half magic.
It's one of those real nice, but not real necessary items.
Exactly. It's
I think one of my favorite things to have is half magic, fire rod, going through the gauntlet. It just makes it so fast. It just feels great. It looks like we're gonna have 3 people all in Swamp all at the same time.
Yep, and the other one's doing Pod. Interesting to see how Trank continues to route this. If he knows the bomb jump, he'll find the last small key here behind the in the dark room, and he'll be able to fully clear Pod. Now, Pod didn't have much of anything outside of that. Oh, Vamos and Ether, I guess, yeah, but they were both pretty required at this point. As in, they weren't out of the way locations.
And the one difference we will see out of these 3 guys that are all in Swamp at the same time, Dunka's the only one with a Master Sword, the other 2 with just Fighter Swords, so everything's going to take 2 swings from the Fighter Sword to kill it.
Spin slashes on those puffs. BigDunka can get away with 2 regular attachments. Or alternatively, you can just use the hammer, but that involves a lot of menuing.
Yeah, that menu boss is never fun.
see down here if Trank knows the bomb jump here, because he's down to his last key. Prefer to use that on Helmasaur, so. And yeah, looks like he's gonna set it up. I think he got it right there. Yep, that looks good. First try, easy game.
Nicely done, Trank.
It's one of those things that it looks hard, but once you figure out how to do it, it's pretty easy. But learning it takes a little bit of time, as I've learned firsthand.
Yeah, that is one of the harder tricks of the game to learn. I've kind of learned it, and it's not the right way, so I do it a little bit different than everybody without pause buffering, and it looks weird when I do it. So.
Find the big key for Ice Palace here on the left side of Swamp. This is a key that logically is always required, but for most of these runners that know the Ice Palace bomb jump, don't really need it, but it's always nice to have, because then you know logically you can do this.
Very true. Plus, they'll be able to check the big chest while they're in there, just in case anything's in the big chest.
Oh yeah, like the Fire Rod, that would be pretty trolly.
Fire Rod and Ice Palace? Never.
Never, more like always.
Exactly. But yeah, the Ice... Yeah, it's... If you're playing this game, that's one you want to learn.
Solely the fact that it makes go-moding Ice Palace a lot easier if you know how to make that play now. When you play in standard mode, most of the time you're not gonna have a problem with it. If you have the cane of Samaria, you don't need to do it. But if you don't have the cane or you're in go mode, you're definitely gonna want to know how to do the bomb. We're gonna find good items to find here in Swamp. We find another bottle with a fairy in it. So other than that, the bottle maybe, and that big key, haven't found anything much of value yet here in Swamp Palace.
Small key to Hera.
Man, you want to troll? We'll talk about a troll. That one key to open up the basement of Hera, where all four of our runners have already been to Hera. And it already was required double dip. You're going to tell us it required triple dip?
Yeah, let's hope there's nothing down there.
Alright, Trank's going to show you the difference between the regular wooden arrows against Helmasaur King and the silver arrows against Helmasaur King. And you look directly on BigDunka vs. brightwolfz to see the difference between a fighter sword and a master sword when it comes to Argus.
Trank making Helmasaur look easy, picking up his crystal and his bomb upgrade.
If he dives back into Swamp next, he'll be back on track of being not that far behind BigDunka. He'll be one Swamp House behind. But then again, he's not racing BigDunka, he's racing Freddeh, and Freddeh is already in Swamp, but he hasn't done Eastern Pod yet.
Yeah, Freddie's made a lot of those checks that are going to turn up empty should the other runners decide to make them.
Get their fights done. Dunka did it a little faster because he entered a little later, but because he had the Master Sword, was able to make quicker work of Argus. They both get their crystal, and both of them now have access to the big bomb. However, Dunka is not going to go towards the big bomb right away. It looks like brightwolfz is, though. Looks like Dunka might be making that Ice Palace play. Oh, there's a small key on the Hylia Island. He's going to go grab that first. Okay, I like this.
Yeah, grabbing this key just to find out where it goes is always a good thing. Especially, they're going to need a few more small keys. He picks this one up, gets to find out where it's for. It's Turtle Rock.
That's pretty required.
That's very required. That's a good thing to know. It'll be at least knowing where he's at with go mode a little bit quicker than everybody else if he's the only one grabbing that.
Clear it without a small key, but it is extremely time consuming.
Yeah, it's still 8 items though. He's got the big key. He can get it done. It's another crystal. And if he finds what he needs, he just keeps moving to more crystal dungeons.
Alright, so Dunka makes the ice play, meanwhile brightwolfz is going to make this pyramid fairy play. He's also going to go see that item on the side. We know already this is a small key. I believe it's Turtle Rock. Yeah. And the pyramid fairy has a sword upgrade and a small key to pod. Well, that confirms it. I think. Maybe not. Maybe this was not a.
Well, the logic does require you to get 3 swords to beat Ganon, so.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about, avoiding double dipping pod in the logic. Because that's only the 5th key that we found.
Yeah, so I think the logic did want the double dip. This is another good play by brightwolfz. He came up, checked the pyramid fairy. He's going to be able to check the two items up here and Aghanim's Tower. Words are hard. Aghanim's Tower. And if he hasn't done escape yet, he can mirror out and do escape while he's over here as well.
Yeah, good round. Dunka doing the Ice Palace bomb jump, no problem. First try. As he continues his descent into the Ice Palace.
Now, he's got no small key on him, so he's going to have to go the long way around to get to the vanilla big key location, but I think this is a route all of these guys are going to know. It looks like brightwolfz is going to check the middle chest of escape.
Yeah, I think this is one that I don't think anyone's checked yet. Well, Dunka continues to go through this Ice Palace. The time-consuming chest checking on the upper right side here. Oh, vanilla small key. That's a nice find.
Yeah, that'll make checking the iced tea room a little bit easier.
Freddeh is now on his way to the big bomb, and he'll get his small key to pod and his master sword. We know waiting for him at the Armless Knights will be his tempered. Meanwhile, brightwolfz, his tempered will actually be in Hype Cave. He hasn't been there yet. Wait, he had been in Hype Cave. So he also didn't beat Easter. Got it. TRANQ beat Easter.
Yeah, brightwolfz looks like he's going to go check North Dark World right now.
If you want to learn how to count to 27, BigDunka now has that information. He has the compass for Ganon's Tower.
Freddie picking up his master sword, another key to pod.
Yeah, now he has 4, and he'll be able to find a 5th in pod. So for Freddie, he doesn't have to do the Ice Palace bomb jump with what he has. Not the pod bomb jump with what he has.
And it looks like so far, without killing the boss, we've got nothing out of Ice Palace.
Killing Argus. Not the easiest fight in the world when you have no Fire Rod and only Master Sword, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Dunka pull out the hammer on this boss.
So what we're missing on Dunka's side, I believe, are the Thieves Town Big Key, the Turtle Rock Big Key, the Misery Mire Big Key, and that Fire Rod.
Yep, 4 items away from go mode.
And not even an hour in.
Let's get a little bit low on health here. He does have a fairy in a bottle. He's got a fairy in a bottle.
Yes. Yeah, but those eyeballs dealing 3 hearts of damage per hit. That's rough, I tell you.
Yeah, this is not a fun fight with just Master Sword.
He even has a blue mail too, and it's still doing 3 hearts of damage. Got 1 down. Got 2 down.
In the meantime, TRANQ taking out Argus.
Yep, got his crystal.
And Cold Stare's dead.
And a big key. Thieves.
There's our progression.
Yep, now, I don't think BigDunka's even been in Thieves at all yet, so he'll be happy to be able to full clear that dungeon in one fell swoop.
Yeah, and if he finds a fire rod over there, that's straight up to Skull Woods.
Yep. Has 5. Sees the big key on the ledge, so I'll be able to get that now. So TRANQ89 is the first one. It will be the first one to have Tempered Sword among our Forerunners.
Have we checked Sick Kid yet, or is this the first we've seen of him from Dunka?
This is the first we've seen a Sick Kid. He had a bunch of...
Bottle.
You gotta bring a bottle to get a bottle.
Sick Kid's faking it today.
After the C-shaped house that BigDunka finds his piece of heart in, I'm pretty sure his next play is going to be the Diamond of Thieves down here. The question is, how long is turns in the big bomb to get that small key out of Turtle Rock? Because we're pretty sure he's going to need that at some point.
I think he's our...
Meanwhile, Duncan continuing to make his way through Thieves Town. Freddeh does a little map check, trying to figure out what he needs to do, what he could skip.
And there's a mirror shield for TRANQ.
Yep, he's the first to find all 3 shields as well. We already knew all 3 of the locations, but some have skipped one shield, some have skipped another. I think brightwolfz was trying to do Houlihan, but he set it up the wrong way and fell back down into escape, so he's going to have to try that again. Pod.
Yeah, this is a good play for Freddeh. He doesn't have the big key to Eastern, though.
No, not yet, so he won't be able to get that cane or the sword upgrade from Pendant Eastern. Now, I think he knows the pendant, so he might put it off, but we know he should not put it off. We know where that big key is. That big key's on the Zora ledge.
Yeah, that might come back to bite him later.
Ooh, there's a big key here in Myershed. Big key for Turtle Rock.
Well, that puts us closer to no mode.
Well, Turtle Rock wasn't... We don't really need it because it is a pendant, but...
This is true. I forgot it is a pendant.
Oh no, it is a crystal. Myers pendant. Well, as soon as we find, hopefully, a fire rod soon. Could we be looking at like a fire rod on the laser bridge, maybe?
It's very possible. They've got access to the mirror shield, which puts Laser Bridge in the logic.
Also,
Seeing how they don't have Cape and they don't have Cane of Burna.
brightwolfz, the first one, I believe, here to enter Desert Palace.
And I think Dunka's about to show us one of the easier fights in the game. Blind, just as long as you know the script. Same fight every single.
Blind's hugs don't deal too much damage.
Yeah, and that blue mail's gonna help him out some too. And he gets the bad boomerang for his reward.
Lag meringue. Remember, we're being objective when we call one good, one bad. Yes, the red one travels further, but that's just more lag on the screen for you.
And it looks like Dunka's going to make the rounds on South Dark World, so he'll be picking up his Tempered Sword eventually. And Bright is going to go farm some money.
Yeah, he wants to enter pod.
I was about to say, I think he's doing this to get into pod.
He tried hula-handing because that was easier and you get more, but doing this allows you guaranteed 50 rupees. Not a lot of problem to get it done, just a little bit out of your way.
And with everybody going where everybody's already been, this is a good time to remind you guys, If you like what you're seeing, give these runners a follow. These guys are putting on a great show for us. They'd really appreciate it. Let's not forget a shout out to our trackers too. They're the ones keeping us in line with all these nice things on the side to show us what items everybody's got. And shout outs to the restream.
Yeah, if you happen to see what the schedule looked like today with about 23 races going on, you have to give love to these restreamers that put aside time of the day just to deliver this awesome racing for you guys. We are all over the Speed Gaming channels, our own Link to the Past Randomizer channels, and even the Random Media channels here or there. So, interestingly enough, Dunka's now making the plays, the first time that we're team plays that we know are actually wrong, but you know, he has to make these probably. He's still looking for that fire rod, still looking for that big key to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, he's going to follow this all the way through to Hype Cave, definitely. And he'll probably even route in the Pyramid Fairy, Aghanim check. And I don't think he's done Escape yet either, so he might put that in there as well.
He's already done Hype Cave, but he hasn't done Pyramid Fairy yet.
I think one of the next things you might do after that is go check Desert and Mire area. And he's going to find that Turtle Rock big key. I wonder if that's going to send him up Death Mountain. Go check out Turtle Rock, see if everything's up there.
Yeah, Fire Rod and Turtle Rock, then that might be the regular play here.
And then again, he could just dip Mire. There's 6 items in Mire. It's probably the better play, though.
I don't think we saw yet what was at this shuffle spot. Dunka's going to go check it out for us.
Yeah, it's just a heart container up here.
Okay. Well, brightwolfz, he gets his cane. Doesn't have the big key for Eastern Palace at all yet.
TRANQ picking up that Turtle Rock key off the island.
It looks like TRANQ and Freddeh each have all 4 of the Turtle Rock small keys already.
They do, so they can full clear that place if they go in there. If they go in there.
Also they need to find that big key, which brightwolfz already has.
Very true.
Let's see if Dunka's going to make this play over towards the pyramid now and get that big bomb. Looks like he might, because he went back to the Dark World.
Yeah, this is true. They won't be able to full clear Turtle Rock without the fire rod. They'll have to leave out those 2 chests over there and the boss.
Yeah, unless, of course, the fire rod's in there, which, judging by what I've seen in a lot of these races lately, it's going to be there. Yeah, so on Dunka's side, and that fire rod, and then he will be in go mode. That's only 2 things, an hour and 10 in.
Yeah, he's absolutely crushing this seed.
The key on the ledge at Desert is a small key to Mire, and Freddie's thinking about, and see what the play is. I don't know if he knows that I think he knows this is the green pendant.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the runners check this and they all know it's green pendant.
Yeah, I forgot which one of our runners got the information that Meyer was a pendant.
I know it wasn't Dunka because he checked his map and he didn't have anything on there at all.
Dunka's about to go get these 2 chests here in Agnum's Tower here.
Alex is gonna have a little bit better time seeing how he's got the tempered sword.
Oh yeah.
See, Freddie's got all 3 medallions. He's already in the Mire area. Is he gonna dip into Mire? He's gonna check checkerboard first. It looks like he's up to see Agina.
Yep. And we already know Agina has a silver arrow. Let's see which way our runners go from here. Trank about to go kill Argus, looks like. I think he's gotten taken care of. Not Argus, Tolb's there. He's taking care of everything there's to be taken care of down here. Brightwolfz, I think he had every pod key he needed. He didn't have to do the bomb jump here. So he's gonna go clear out the rest of the pod here. Freddeh is now heading up towards Zora. He'll finally be able to get that. Trank gonna have an easier time with Colts there than BigDunka had because he's gonna have this tempered sword. Still no fire rod and no safety defensive weapons, so has to be careful. But he's only got up. He's got it.
Yeah, he did a real nice job on that fight.
Yep, he gets the Thieves Town big key for his troubles. He'll be able to take care of Thieves Town next, I presume. Because Duncan never visited his uncle yet. He's been gone for an hour and 14 minutes. Hasn't even seen what his uncle had.
And all that wait for a bunch of nothing.
Now Duncan got another smoky Turtle Rock, so I don't know if he's going to go up there yet, but it's got to be lingering back in his mind now. He has all 4 keys for the Turtle Rock. The big key is in the desert area, so he's probably going to go to the desert now, see what's going on over there, and maybe go to Turtle Rock without the fun.
Ridge, where all the good stuff in the dungeon is. He will be picking out that big key in just a second, though.
Also, the one item that the other 3 runners have that Dunka does not have and probably will not have is that half magic.
Very true. And if he decides to dip into Mire here, if he finds what he needs and heads on out, he might not end up with silvers either.
That is true, but he's probably going to route Akina's Cave into everything else he does here. We'll see what happens after he does Checkerboard Cave. But yeah, if he finds both the Fire Rod and the Todoroki Big Key in... No, he doesn't have the Todoroki Big Key yet. Well, yes, he does. He just puts his Mire, so... Oh, he's going to Akina's Cave now, so he's going to get his silvers.
All right, let's see where he flutes to next. What do you think, Mire or Turtle Rock?
I'm honestly not sure.
I'm kind of hoping he does Mire. You don't get as many things, but it's a little bit quicker just to get in and out of there.
So it looks like he's going to do Mire, or he might do... Also, like I said, I don't think he knows what the last pendant is. So, if it is in his mind, if it is Mire and not Turtle Rock, it saves him some trip.
Very true. It looks like he's making a run into desert now. He'll leave that mirror spot right outside, so he'll be able to go right back to Mire. Bright Wolf taking down Helmasaur, picking up his crystal out of pod. Looks like he's running his way out of there. And Dunka is going to make that Mire play.
Alright, so Dunka, the first one to take a dive into Mire. If Mire has his Fire Rod, we could possibly be in go mode.
We still don't have the big key for here yet, so if this turns out to be the last crystal, which I think it is...
I'm pretty sure I remember seeing on the map that this was the pendant in Mire and that Turtle Rock was a crystal. Well, I don't think we saw the map for Turtle Rock, but I'm pretty sure someone has the map for Mire and I saw a pendant there. If the Fire Rod is in here, we will see what happens.
Okay, so the Mire map was on the race game, and that's how we know Mire's the other pendant.
So yeah, some people skipped that. I think TRANQ was the only one that did not, so...
Yeah, I think Bright just picked it up just a minute ago. I don't think he's checked it yet, though.
If you see a map in a faraway space, a lot of times you instinctively think to skip it, but that information could be huge at the right time.
Yeah, that's one of those neat little things about Keysanity is you can be in go mode and not know you're in go mode yet.
And you could be in a situation where you might be in go mode, but you complete the dungeon and turn out to be a pendant, and then you're not even close to go mode.
And we do have the Fire Rod and Misery Mire.
Fire Rod. So we believe that BigDunka is now in go mode. Assuming, of course, that Turtle Rock is in fact a crystal and Mire is a pendant, because we have the Turtle Rock big key, we don't have the Mire big key.
Right, but Dunka doesn't know this yet, so he's going to go ahead and clear out what he can out of here.
Now, I don't think he has to. Yeah, he doesn't have to be here, so he's not going to be able to open his big chest. We can open the last few chests over here to see what he gets. If this is in fact go mode for Dunka, we might be looking at ourselves at a very fast time, somewhere in the 140 range here.
Go straight to the boss.
Well, can't go straight to the boss. Yeah, in Turtle Rock, yes. Oh, he's gonna gamble Turtle Rock before Skullwoods here. No, he's gonna take care of Skullwoods first, and then gamble Turtle Rock, it looks like. It'll be interesting to see what happens in Turtle Rock with him if he go modes it. Because you can go mode it, if you find out that it's a crystal, you're good to go, and if it's a pendant, you can go back into Turtle Rock to look for that Mire big key.
Now, I know we know where the Mire map is. Do we know where the Turtle Rock map is?
No, we do not. We have not seen the Turtle Rock map.
Okay, so he's still got a possibility of running into it up here.
Yeah. What we based our speculation on is the fact that we got the information that Green Pendant was desert. We completed Eastern, which was Red Pendant, and we saw on someone else's map that
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he checked to know the desert's going to be Green Pendant. He did clear Eastern, so he knows that's the other pendant.
yeah. And I think he knows that this is a crystal.
Right, so that would put him down to 50-50 on Turtle Rock, Misery Mire.
Exactly. Which he's hoping is Turtle Rock, because he already has everything he needs for Turtle Rock. And I had no idea you could those went down in one silver arrowhead. I gotta do that to save magic.
The bad part is I knew that, and I never thought to do that in this room.
I just noticed something on BigDunka's tracker here for, well, his compass for Skullwoods. He has not been to Skullwoods yet at all. This is his first time in here.
That's very interesting, especially with Skullwoods having a nickname Value Woods.
Yeah, maybe it's less prevalent Keysanity for all we know, but anyway, monster goes down very easily. Dunka gets his 6th crystal.
Now, is he going to clear the rest or go straight to Turtle Rock? That's the question.
Oh, he's mirroring out. He is gambling here. We know it's probably the right gamble, but he is fluting away. He's saying, if this is go mode, I am going to finish this as fast as possible. If not, I'll come back later. He doesn't want to second guess himself, really. Because this could be a situation where if he doesn't make this play, it might cost him some time. And for all we know, the Misery Mire Big Key is hiding in Gannis Tower.
Right, and honestly, going up here and doing this isn't a bad play at all. He gets to find out whether or not Turtle Rock's a pendant. And even still, to go back to Skull Woods takes almost no time whatsoever. Coming back up to Turtle Rock takes quite a bit of time.
Yeah, so he's just hoping and praying that this is going to play off for him. And we're... TRANQ89, he's going to take the lead in his race because he's about to enter Mire. He's going to get his Fire Rod. He will also be in go mode, and he will know it for sure because he has seen that Mire is a pendant. Also, one thing I like, one of the few things I do like about Keysanity is when you get to go mode Turtle Rock, you can just fly right through it.
Yeah, this go mode feels really good.
Yeah, he's not opening any chests. He is treating this like he is in go mode. He is blitzing through the rest of the seed.
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really fast time for Dunka.
It's going to be low for TRANQ too, assuming that he also goes right into full out go mode once he finds his Fire Rod.
Like he knows he's in go mode.
Oh yeah, he's mirroring. He knows it. It's not that often in Keysanity that an actual item is your go mode item. Usually it's a key.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had go mode be an item. And Freddeh just finished off Thieves Town. Where's he headed off to now?
Well, he's going to have to out here in Mire. That's not going to help him much. He doesn't have the Keysanity yet.
Yeah, he's still got to go over and finish Eastern. Well, not finish, but at least get the big chest out of Eastern. Kane will probably be his go mode, but
Well, he doesn't know that Eastern's pendant yet. So his go mode will actually be finding out that that Eastern's a pendant and that he has to go through Turtle Rock. But yeah, Kane's gonna be the go mode item no matter what. You just double check the map real quick. Oh, he does know that Freddeh does know that Eastern is a pendant, so maybe that's why he's putting it up and doing Mire, which I believe is unknown to him at this point. So he might not get that Temper Sword from Armor's Knights. If he continues in this track, gets his Fire Rod, which by the way, BigDunka obliterated Trinex. He might get that Keysanity and just say, alright, whatever, and then go right to completing Turtle Rock from there. Because we know he's going to find his Fire Rod pretty soon.
I'd finish Eastern to find out, hey, this one's a pendant. and he ends up getting his tempered. No big deal. He gains the time back that he's going to lose if he didn't finish it, just because Master Sword takes a little bit longer.
And I forgot that even if he knows the pendant, like just do it just in case, I guess, because you don't know what's a pendant between Meyer and Turtle Rock. And BigDunka, 1 hour 30 minutes in, entering Ganon's Tower. And Trank not that far behind because he is up going to Turtle Rock now. He is just got to do Turtle Rock, and then he is also going to hurriedly go over to Ganon's Tower and take care of that really quick as well.
Yeah, I think the only thing Dunk is missing out on right now is half magic that all the other guys have, but I don't think that'll be a problem for a runner like him up here through the gauntlet.
Not only that, but he's not going to, when it comes to the Ganon fight, he already has silver arrows and the tempered sword, so it's not going to be a big deal for that. Well, you can see the lead that both our left side runners have over the right side runners. brightwolfz just now doing Thieves Town. He still has to go over to Meyer to get the Fire Rod. And Freddeh, of course, has to go over to Eastern to get that Canis Mario.
Yep, Trank about to do his go mode Turtle Rock.
Freddie's going to do Skull Woods before going back over.
Rod, he's got everything he needs for it.
Yeah, but he's also going to be probably checking a couple extra chests here because he's still looking for that cane.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for him that he chose the early game route he did. That was really the big difference between him and the other guys.
Yeah, Dunka was pretty much spot on with his routing the entire seed, other than the one time where he did the overworld check a little later, but, you know, you're going to check those places anyway.
Yeah, and it's not to say that Freddeh took a bad route or anything. He just got unlucky with what he was opening up.
Dunka going up to the 6th floor here at Ganon's Tower. 1 floor to go. No need to open any more chests. Even if he does find the Butter Sword, it's not a huge time loss between Butter Sword and Tempered Sword at this point.
Just a spin and a slasher Moldorm. And he got a poke. Moldorm's bad. Does finish him off, though.
See how kind the Aghanim 2 pattern will be to BigDunka.
The way this seed's gone for him, I see a triple coming up.
It would not shock me at this point. Not even a triple from this angle. A single and a single. That's a double. And I think we got a nice double here. So yeah, the 1122 routing here for BigDunka on Angle 2, and here's Gannon. Well, TRANQ taking care of TRANQ89. He is now also right on knocking on Gannon's doorstep. Freddeh gets his 6th crystal.
And brightwolfz up in Skullwoods. He does not have the fire rod though.
He hasn't been to Skullwoods yet, so he's gonna hope to find a fire rod here, but it's not gonna end well. Gonna go over to Meyer.
Has Dunka got a potion in one of those bottles?
I believe he does have a blue still, the blue that he got early in the game. He lost the fairy at the Cold Stare fight, but he still had the blue the entire game.
It's good news for him.
Yep. Yeah, odd we didn't find either the Cannon Burn or the Magic Cape. The Magic Cape would have been really nice here, but it doesn't happen.
Gannon does.
Tower and another 12 in Tower Rock, so. Did we find my arrows in the light world? Yes, we did. Three, triple. And one last hit, and Gannon goes down. GG to BigDunka. Get your GGs in the chat, folks, as we congratulate BigDunka on this tournament victory. He finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 37 minutes, 59 seconds. That's a sub 138, guys, in Keysanity.
That is an absolutely...
I'm sure TRANQ89 sees that in the chat and says, well, I'm glad I wasn't facing him.
Woo! I'll be with you guys in a minute. I'm going to start the bonk game up, and I'm going to go in for my post game.
TRANQ's almost through to the end. Hopefully he's not feeling too much pressure by that time.
Oh yeah, TRANQ's just like, whoa, wait, what? I'm sure he thought he was having a great time himself, and he is. He's gonna have a sub 145, but yeah, when you just see someone finish with a sub 138, Keysanity, it's a little mind blowing.
You just kind of go,
oh
no, what have I done?
Freddie's got the cane, so he was able to, he went to Easter. I missed it. So Freddie's in go mode. Freddie's actually had a brightwolfz.
That's good stuff there. He's only got the Master Sword, but still, go mode's go mode.
And we have our first place finisher, BigDunka, with us. GG's.
GG Dunka.
GG, thank you, thank you.
That was a nice little seed you ran there. Your early game was actually phenomenal.
Oh yeah, that sequence break to death, that's probably the best sequence break to death mountain I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. You go up to Death Mountain at the lamp, where if you logically had the lamp, it was a required double dip a pendant Eastern Palace, no less.
Yeah, and then thankfully I was able to route, because the bow was up there, I was able to route ever to find the fire rod, and I mean, if I would have found I could have shaved 20 minutes off this if I would have found the fire rod when I had the opportunity to.
Yeah, you were over at Meyer pretty early, but you decided to do some other overworld checks first. But you know, you can't really think that dipping into a pendant. Well, you didn't know what it was at the time. I don't think you knew exactly
Yeah.
what it was until actually you would have known if you did that race game and got the map from the race game.
Oh,
That
I
was
missed that. Yeah, that's
right. Race game map was the map for Meyer.
Yeah, no, I thought there at the end, after I found the fire rod, if I didn't find the big key in there, I would have. I was gonna leave, and I was just gonna go mode the next two because, if I find the pendant, I slow down and I go find the key. So I just blew through Skullwoods, found the crystal, said, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna go do Turtle Rock. I'm gonna blow through it. It's crystal. I'm done. And if it's not, I'm already in Turtle Rock. There's a great chance the key is up here, so I'll just go to the end. If it's not here, just go right back in, get the other 11, and then head back whenever I find the key.
He does the play I want him to. Sure enough, you did. You just blitzed right through Skullwoods and Turtle Rock without opening any chests. And
Yeah.
up hey, that's where the magic cape was. On
Yeah,
the
it's on
pedestal.
It's on the pedestal. I just saw that too.
Because you're in the Ganon fight and you had to use your blue potion to heal up. I was like, man, if he had the cape, it would have been a lot easier. Now,
Yeah.
I don't think you would have gone out of the way just to get that.
No.
Because we have no idea what a Meyer big key is, so.
Yeah. Has anybody found it? Have anybody any idea?
It's probably somewhere in GT or Turtle
I would assume, sorry, it's in GT or I don't know if anybody did a full clear of Turtle Rock. But...
Nah, no one did. Well, no one did because everyone decided to gamble Meyer first, or in Freddie's case, he didn't have the big key for Eastern when he was there the first time, so he just got Kane in his go mode.
How I mean, I'm just curious, what order did I get the fire rod between the other three runners? Because I have
You were
it
first.
Oh, okay. Oh, no one went there then. Oh,
no one
okay.
No one did Meyer at all.
Yeah, I mean, I figured I was going to be ahead after the start, but after finding that fire rod after 20 minutes of overworld hunting, I was getting a little worried.
Yeah, you were doing an overworld hunting. We were like, yeah, this is the first time he's made a routing mistake all seed, because this was a play that, like, Freddie made the play you made, like, early on. He took the early, because Freddie went to Eastern, like, very early.
They're at. Looks like there's one almost finished, so it's good.
Yeah,
But,
TRANQ is in TRANQ's doing a second trip up. I don't know if he died or whatever, but he's doing a second trip up the gauntlet. Freddie is in the Turtle Rock Dark Room. He's in Go mode. brightwolfz is in your opponent. He's in Skullwoods right now. He's in Go mode as well. So all these times are really good. I'm not sure how many of these runners had PB. I was expecting you to have PB here, but you've had it faster than 137 before.
yeah, I think my PB is like a 132 or 133, something like that.
brightwolfz busting out the B here on, but it's not going to work because it's not the golden B, I don't think. But whatevs. Yeah.
I almost let the B loose on the lazy kid when I got him, but I thought better of it. Seed, it just, that sequence break at the very beginning set everything up. I was thinking to myself the whole time, I hope I don't outkick my coverage and miss big keys, because I noticed after I found Kane, I think it was Kane, that I realized I've got almost all these items, but I have no big keys. So I was afraid that's why I started doing full clears of Kakariko and Smithy Route and all that jazz.
Yeah, you got almost all the items like right away. Like early on, excuse me, I was commenting saying all he really needs at this point is Fire Rod and whatever needs to enter like Vamos. Because you got everything else on Death Mountain. What did Death Mountain have exactly? It had the
and Hammer.
I said Hammer. I had Ice Rod. No, Ice Rod was in the Hype Cave. Hype Cave also was actually hyped this time.
Yeah, there was actually some decent hype in there.
I mean, the the Swamp Cow Small Key, your first sword, and the Ice Rod. All required. So the one item that we noticed you skipped, you gambled on, you skipped the Palace of Darkness Vanilla Big Key chest.
Okay.
What do you
Confession
think's in it?
time. Okay, confession time. I didn't have the keys unless I do the hammer jump, and I've actually been questioned about this in the past. I suck at the hammer jump. I'm just the worst at the hammer jump. So when I see that situation there, I will always leave the bridge chest there because it's really easy to dive back in later and get it. It's probably the quickest chest to go back in later and get. So I had 4 keys going in there. I wanted to get as many items as I could. I wanted to clear. I wasn't concerned about the soft lock because both.
The other 3 runners all had that you skipped out on for that was the half magic.
Ooh! Oh, that would have been good to have.
Yeah, well.
At least it wasn't essential. There was a voice in the back of my head when I found the 5th key. Is like, should I? But no. I mean, once I found the fire rod, I had one set mindset until I found a pendant. So.
Yeah. Anyway, TRANQ89, he's got his race down the bottom. This race is a little closer because Freddeh is in Ganon's Tower, but TRANQ89 is on his way to fight Ganon.
Well, people, thank you. I need to use the restroom, so I'm going to leave you here.
All right, thank you, Dunka.
You bet. Thanks,
GG
everybody.
Again. If you guys want to follow Big.
Good
Hope
for
everybody
putting on a
enjoyed
good show.
All right, so now we get TRANQ89. He is in his Ganon fight. Remember, the top 2 racers racing each other, the bottom 2 racing each other. So TRANQ89, he will win his race as long as he stays clean in this Ganon fight. He has to stay relatively clean because Freddeh is in the gauntlet. He's not that far.
Should be okay.
Yeah, he's got to have the potion he's using now.
And he's made it on to phase 3. This is the easy part of the fight.
Yeah, as long as you hit him before he shoots those fire bats out of you.
Freddeh finishing up Moldorm too.
And like I said, he made up a lot of ground here, despite skipping out on that Canis Mario early on and having that poor rounding early on. But it hasn't cost him too much. He's right there. His execution might be a little better than TRANQ's, just that TRANQ is ahead of him, and TRANQ gets Ganon down with 2 doubles. TRANQ89 will win his race against Freddeh. He finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 7 seconds. Get your GGs in.
Freddie's still making his way up Ganon's Tower. Brightwolf's about to take on TRANQ89.
Freddeh's going up his last 2 chests. He's probably looking for maybe a heart piece or a butter sword, or maybe he's looking for that cape that we know is on the pedestal.
More than likely.
the swamp. Now we're gonna order what's in the swamp big chest.
Quick, go back and check it. Freddie with a very, very nice troll dorm.
I just realized what Freddie's actually looking for. He's looking for a sword upgrade. He still has master. He's blessing the last chest. Oh, and he falls!
Oh no.
I used to fight Moldorm all over again.
Meanwhile, Bright's finishing off TRANQ89.
And after a bunch of dragging in Discord, we as Freddie bombs up the last chest in the game. Still didn't get his tempered sword. Frank, are you with us?
Yes, I am. That
Magic.
was something at the end.
Yeah, what happened? You mirrored instead?
I panicked. I did not know if going back down the stairs would actually reset it or not.
Oh, I didn't see what was going on. Oh, did you I missed. Did you actually despawn the enemies?
Yeah, I despawned all the enemies
Oh,
there.
we missed that because we were interviewing BigDunka at the time. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, GG. That just made the race a little more interesting because Freddie is right now on Aga 2, so that's the difference between you guys right now. It's no more than 5 minutes.
Oh wow, that's a nice close race. I was sure that despawn cost me the race.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably freaked out a little bit when you saw Dunka finish. Like, you thought you were having a good time, and then Dunka finished like 5 minutes ahead of you, and you're just like, wait, what? At least you didn't have to face him in this race.
Yeah, that was a fast seed once you kind of got your bearings.
Well, that you checked a few places before going to Death Mountain logic breaking. So basically the entire time you guys were following each other's footsteps. I think you checked Pyramid Fairy before he did, so you had access to another sword before he did, but you guys all did the same things eventually. The only one that doesn't have a tempered sword is actually Freddeh.
And on Ganon.
Yeah, he's now doing Master Sword Ganon, which isn't fun, I'll tell you that. Especially when you know the cape, which I don't know if you saw on your screen just now, TRANQ. The cape was actually on a pedestal.
Oh man, that makes Keysanity with Master Sword that much better.
Yeah. Especially when you're using Master Sword and you have no cape, it's a tough one. Yeah. Oh, the sword he didn't get, he did not kill Armos Knights. All the rest of the runners did.
Oh, he probably got the map early, then I knew it was a pendant.
And he ends up taking a death. Oh, no, he's got his fairy.
He still has his fairy. The only one that burned his fairy before Ganon was actually Dunka. He burned it on Colts there. I think TRANQ burned it on another different boss also.
No,
But
I
you,
still had my
burned-
fairy at the end.
Oh, it must have been BrightWolfz. Oh, was it? Must have burned his fairy. Someone. Anyway, I'm sure you enjoyed this seed. You got this W. You're at 2-1 now.
Yeah, it was a decent seed. I guess Death Mountain early failed at navigating that dark room back.
We were in that same place at the same time. He got through the dark room. You didn't. That was the difference.
Okay, yeah, so he probably would have gone to the Eastern, found the lamp quite a bit later then.
Oh yeah, he only had the single dip Eastern Palace. Freddie gonna load up on these blue potions.
Yeah, he took an unfortunate death to Ganon. It's not going to happen this time, though.
Yeah, just the way everything lined up in the seed, it wasn't super linear. I mean, you had to obviously Death Mountain having all the items that it did was a huge boon for you guys. But after that, and you were actually one of the only ones, I believe, Trank, that knew that Meyer was a pendant.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the better plays I made was going back and getting that map.
You got the fire rod, you were done, you were gone, and you were on with your way.
Yeah, Dunka made that same exact play. He just did it without the knowledge that you had. So he was in gamble mode at that point.
Yeah, Dunka, he finished off clearing what he could in Meyer. He opened every chest except the big chest and killing Victorious. But then when he went over to Skull and Turtle he didn't in go mode.
Okay, so he was gambling on T-Rock and not having the Meyer big key definitely made T-Rock a little bit more of a good play.
Yeah, you getting that map and telling us information for Meyer made us as commentator which is nice to have because we don't like playing that guessing game of, oh, what if this is that or what if that's the other.
No, yeah, for sure. With Keysanity, knowledge is power in the Keysanity seeds. The more you know, the better decisions you can make.
Yeah, making random decisions, knowing when you actually have go mode or which dungeons to clear is definitely a huge deal. Like I was surprised because we knew where the green pendant was, we knew what the blue pendant was, so I was like, yeah. So he'll kill Eastern. This is likely a crystal, and then when the pendant dropped, they're like, well, that's everything.
At least it did give you a sword.
There before brightwolfz. It's still gonna be close though because, probably not because it's not a huge deal once you get out of phase 2. So both our right side runners in the Ganon fight. Freddeh on phase 3 with Master. brightwolfz just starting with Tempered. Both have the silver arrows.
Ganon being his jumpy self tonight.
Yeah, his patterns have not been kind, especially that the 1 to 2 pattern was really rough.
Freddeh gonna get at least a double out of this, if not.
More hits on him. Oh, brightwolfz dies in the Ganon fight. And he still has his fairy though. That fairy we got very early in the game. I think it was one of the bottles on Death Mountain.
Yep, and he's still got his blue potion, so he's filled up with that. He should be good to go.
So Freddeh has to be careful here. He's trying to use these spin slashes here, and he's trying to get lined up. He might has to be careful not to fall here. But he gets it done. GG, and oh, I think he's going to get fanfare snipe for the sub 2. I didn't get it. We have an official SRL time of 2 hours and 3 seconds. get it. You might get a sub 201 out of this and see how. Oh, he's messed up here. We have Freddeh with us. GG.
GG,
Hey
Freddeh.
guys, GG. GG drank, good job.
GG as well, Freddeh.
Did anyone find Tempered? Was it in Turtle Rock probably?
No, it was on Armos Nights.
Oh, that was my next guess. I'm like, it's probably on Armos, but I had skipped it because I was.
Because
Dunka
once you got
had
the Kane
already
Samari,
finished at that point.
once you got the Kane Samari, you're like, yeah, I'm done here.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the second seed in a row I've gotten screwed by not being able. Nope.
Big key off his aura earlier.
Oh, I'm so frustrated by that at the moment, to be honest.
Hey, it happened to me too this week, so don't feel
It
so
having, yeah, I know, right? It happens. It having a sword is just the cherry on top.
Yeah. Anyway, other than that though, the seed looked like it was pretty generous. Now, you took an interesting routing to start the game.
Yeah, don't remind me.
You had the lamp before anyone.
Oh, I'm sure I did, but that didn't really do much for me.
Well, because BigDunka was able to logic break and get all those sweet items and
I
Turtle.
mean, yeah, I was gonna logic break up to Turtle Rock once I saw the rest of it anyway. Like yeah, you get the early mirror, it's like, well, going to Turtle Rock or going up to
and
Turtle Rock.
brightwolfz with the swag, shovel dash, and it finished official time of 201.42. So all former runners under the 202 mark. This is a really nice seed.
Yeah, no, it was a fast C. It's just,
Yeah, it was like one mistake,
ignoring...
one hole, and then leads to another, and yeah, it happens.
Yeah, that's South Shore opening up everything. Basically, was not happy.
Yeah, the hook shot him in Moldorm Cave, which is the one item.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
And I'm like, I might as well, since I have the thing, I might as well take the risk and go check Zora, because that probably got skipped for a while by everyone else. And of course, there's a big key on the friggin' ledge, and then I get flippers right after, and don't have a chance to go back for forever. That was just a disaster. Complete and utter disaster.
Yeah, you know, your opponent though, he tried letting you back in the race. He had about a 10-minute lead going on for most of the race until he despawned all the enemies in Ganon's tower.
Oof. You despawn the enemies and you...
It happened.
It doesn't
right
actually that makes me almost feel worse, to be honest.
It happened right after BigDunka finished, I think, and it was just like all of a sudden I look and all of a sudden like we're interviewing BigDunka, and then all of a sudden I see TRANQ. He's fighting the mimics again, and I'm like, what happened? And they're like, he mirrored. I was like, mirror, and then we found out later that
Yeah, you got that bug. That bug sucks.
That bug is terrible.
It's so awful. Well, at least it didn't affect anything for you. I did not deserve that one anyway, so I would have felt bad taking it because of that.
Yeah, it kind of went into straight panic mode as soon as it happened, and I thought everything was over.
Yeah, Dunka finished, and I'm like, I still didn't know if Meyer or Turtle Rock was the last crystal at that point, and I still needed the cane to get in. I'm like, fine. Then I got the big cane, like, well, I'm just gonna go straight to TRANQ and see what happens. Turned out to be the crystal, but not even close to enough to catch you.
So the map for Meyer was at the race game, and TRANQ actually went back to pick it up and had that information.
Where was it? Mimic Cave?
Race game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went back there right after Thieves Town and picked it up.
I mean, it didn't really affect much. I might have dipped into Meyer a bit earlier, but probably not. Like, yeah, it being crystal or pendant really didn't affect me dipping into Meyer or not.
Alright, well, before we wrap things up here, I just want to give a quick shout out to all four of our runners for putting on a great show for us. You know, BigDunka moving to 2-1, TRANQ89 moving to 2-1, brightwolfz and Freddeh. Unfortunately, you're in the bracket with me now in the 1 and 2.
We're in the fun bracket.
Oh yeah,
Just have some fun the rest of the tournament.
The meme bracket, as I call it. Anyway, give these 4 runs a follow. Also, give a shout out to our 2 great trackers, Dragon Master 283 and Rough Is My Name 247. They did a great job keeping track of the items and the keys for us. Even though we were a little puzzled with the Meyer and Turtle Rock pendant crystal situation, I thought I saw it correctly. Someone else thought differently. Whatever it came out to, hey, it all worked. And a shout out to our great restreamer, Skipsy. He did a fantastic job every restreamer deserves a round of applause because just on today, Friday alone. And also a nice shout out to my co-commentator Hacksaw. You did a great job, buddy.
Thanks, and great job to yourself as well. Give NY Rambler a follow. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I try. I'm better at commentating than racing though, so you know, just watch me do this. Don't watch my races. It's bad.
Same here.
Anyway, any parting words from TRANQ and Freddeh?
Good luck in the rest of the tournament, TRANQ. You got this. Go 4-1 for me.
I will try, and you as well. Good luck with the rest of the tournament.
All right,
Thank you.
team 3-2. Let's go, team 3-2. All right.
3-2. 3-2 got this.
On behalf of all the runners and commentators and trackers, until well, there's still races going on tonight. If you want to still get your fix in, you can head on over to ALTTPR 2 right now. We got a 4-way race going on over there. I know at midnight tonight we're gonna have another 4-way race on Speed Gaming 1, the main channel. So make sure you follow all the Speed Gaming and ALTTPR randomizer channels that are part of our umbrella of networks here on Twitch. And just enjoy the rest of the tournament. Round 3, we have two more races going on. We have 2 more days until round 4 next Monday. So until then, see you guys later.
Night, everybody.